and welcome to another segment of FF Insider. I'm Sam, here joined by Sean Lee, founder of the Purist Group. We're going to be talking about the Purist Group, our 919 co-creation festival, and our toy drive. So I think we can just get into it. Sean, how are you doing today?
Excellent. Thank you guys for visiting me in my cave.
Absolutely. It's really cool out here, so thanks for inviting us.
It's such a pleasure.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about Purist Group for those of us who don't know?
It's so how happened that you guys are here on this special day. Today is actually Purist Group's 9th anniversary. We've been doing charity among the card community for the past 9 years. And we started as a small group of people who's focused on helping other people. Then we put our energy and resource together. And 9 years ago today, we started Purist Group. And so every year we just start doing various charity events to help out the community.
That's awesome. And so what made you want to start Purist Group?
Wow, this is a long story. I'll go through really quick with you. Story started when I was a kid. I was abused by my father, and he's a very physical type of person. And I came to the States when I was 14. So my parents divorced when I was 5. So after the divorce, my mom came to the United States right away. I never seen my mom again. Until 14, my dad wants to remarry again. So he sent me from Taiwan to here in LA to be with my mom. And after I came here, my mom's actually a alcoholic, and she's very verbal abusive. And so at 17, I decided to run away from home. And from there on, I've been all on the street. I was homeless. I live in the car and just being on my own ever since then. And that's
a big story. And so how did that inspire you to create Purist Group?
The reason why we created Purist Group is because if you have a power and the resource to make a difference in other people's life, and we should actually utilize to do just that. And because my past, and it was such a horrible past. I wish I can make a difference for. First, Purist is very simple. I wish I can make a little difference in 1 or 2 kids' life. And we never anticipated till today, 9 years later, we're sending out 20,000, 30,000 toys to the kids, wow. 5,000, 6,000 backpacks each year for different kids in different communities. And I have an old friend, he used to say, put your goodwills out there. You never know what you can be accomplished. And this is a very good example. Absolutely.
Well, 9 years is a long time. So how many people or members would you say are in Purist Group? And are they all SoCal locals?
No, they're not SoCal local. They're actually global. So Purist Group, actually, we started in Facebook. We divided into a different area. One's called Purist Asia, one's called Purist Taiwan. And the main group is actually Purist Group. And the main group, Purist Group, right now, currently, we have about 8,000 active members.
Wow.
Yeah, and they spread out. Of course, because I live in SoCal, so Purist Group, when we first started, is very, very heavily SoCal member-based. But now we're spreading out to Kansas, Carolina, Texas, Arizona. Pretty much every part of the United States has Purist member.
That's
and
awesome.
Also every part of the world has Purist member. Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, China.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what does then community mean to you? Because now it's a global thing.
So community means you gotta have a lot of people who have similar mindsets as you, right? So if you have a lot of people that wanted to do good for the community, and see what you're doing, and you're setting up example for them to follow, and then they understand the agenda and the principle behind what you're doing, that's 100% pure, and there's no hidden agenda or anything, and then they will come in and help you to achieve that goal. And that's how we went from 2 backpack to 30 backpack to right now 5,000 backpacks. We constantly have volunteer that puts out their effort and time to make sure Purist's any activity and agenda gets reached. It's an amazing group of people, the people that's within the Purist and behind it.
I agree. It sounds like you're all dedicated to serving the community and giving back. Well, awesome. Well, really soon we're about to have our 919 Futurist co-creation event. Mm-hmm. And what made you want to take part in that? And where did the toy drive come from?
So we started toy drive about more than 9 years ago. So we started toy drive probably about 11 or 12 years ago. By the time Purist hasn't been formed yet. So I have a very good friend. He has a foundation called Reach Out Worldwide. So we did the first 2 years of toy drives actually with them under their name. And but But prior to that, every year I always get a couple of my friends, everybody pitching a few $100. We went to Toys R Us, buy a bunch of toys, and send it out to the kids ourselves. And so for the past 9 years, Purist Group's toy drive went from when we first started, maybe 30, 40 people come, and now we're about 8,000 to 10,000 people coming.
Wow.
And we get probably about 20 to 25,000 toys every year. And those toys get distributed out, not just California, Northern California, South Cal, Nevada, Arizona, Mexico, and some of them even overseas.
Wow. Well, I think the toy drive is a perfect example of how you can serve your community.
Yes.
And so how do you think it affects the community when larger brands start participating in these? So not just community outreach programs, but also automotive manufacturers or other brands like that.
So most people that's in Purist, they're car guys, right? So we're car enthusiasts, and it's very important for a car manufacturer to come in and to tell people that we're not just a brand. We're actually a brand that care about the community, because when you care about those kids grow up, they recognize the brand, they might come back and purchase those cars or know those brands and put those brands into their life. And so for major brand to be actually working with a good charity group, not necessarily Purist, but it's very important. It's very vital for the brand survival, especially nowadays. Conventional marketing are really not doing that much work, but when you're doing something good, social media marketing can spread out the news really quickly among various different community about a company or a group that's doing good. That's how we become really big, purely based on social media.
Wow.
And word of mouth too. So
yeah, new media is kind of taking over.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, getting a little bit into FF, I'm interested to know, because you've been to our global HQ and
Yes.
you've also been around our FF91. What do you think about the car? What are your initial thoughts?
I loved it because it's an excellent concept to be able to see 4 people in an extremely fast car, and actually seeing 4 people very comfortably, and everybody have their own zone that you can do your own thing. And I can't wait to actually see the production model of the car. I mean, I got involved in a lot of different production, different car with different manufacturers, and seeing this car going to productions is actually one of my favorite anticipation for probably about 2020 and 2021 and 2022. To see a company grow from where it was to where it's at today. Very proud to be part of it, and and thank you guys for partnering up with us doing the toy drive too.
Of course. Well, I mean, we appreciate the sentiment, especially because we know that you've tried all different kinds of cars.
Yeah.
From gas to electric, including even the Carrera Vero, Tesla, BMW i3. What do you think that the electric vehicle market is missing right now?
Electric cars is a little different than, from a car enthusiast point of view, okay? I have to say this. Electric, I mean, when we're growing up, when we're a kid, we love the sound of the engine, we love the noise, we love the mechanical aspect of a car. That create emotion, that create connection between a person and a machine, And when the connection is established, you create a passion for that machine, and you create a passion for the brand. One thing about all the electric cars, they are great platform. They're really fast. Some of them handles pretty well after modifications, and they're easy to maintain. With the charging infrastructure that we have, at least in California right now, it's still fairly easy to find a place to charge up your car really quickly. So the only thing that's missing from electric car right now is the factor that it's missing emotions and passions.
Well, Sean, it's actually great that you have all these inputs into what a car should be, because as we're creating our brand, co-creation is really important to us. And so I would invite you to join our Futurist Product Officer program, because everything that you've had to say, I think, is valuable.
Thank you.
These are things that we want to make sure we hear from users so that we can contribute and put them into the vehicle to make it something truly that the market wants.
Thank you, that'd be an honor.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I got a couple more questions for you, but the really big one is, how are you feeling for our 919 co-creation event? Are you excited?
I'm super excited. I know the turnout is going to be great. I know with you guys coming on as a partner to do this event, a lot of kids is going to benefit from that. And you guys are helping. This is actually, during COVID time, it's very frustrating to host an event. Even regularly on a regular time, we can host an event, 8,000 to 10,000 people will come, right? So last year during COVID, I had to host 6 different events just to gather probably about half the toys I used to get.
Wow.
Yeah, we did an event in San Diego, we did an event in Nevada, and a couple of them in SoCal. Basically, we're doing a pop-up toy drive event. And apparently this year, with the COVID, the permitting situation is not going to be too well. And we're very unfortunate looking at maybe another year we're going to go without a proper toy drive.
Wow.
Yeah, and for you guys to come up and step up to the bat and say, hey, let's do this together at such an early stage in the game. And I really appreciate that. And I can thank FF enough on behalf of the kids that we serve every year and for doing this with us.
Yeah, I know we're all really looking forward to it.
Thank you. I'm extremely happy, and my team are extremely happy, and everybody has a really, really high anticipation on this one.
Awesome. Well, if I may, do you know what vehicle you might be bringing over to the event? Is there anything people might be looking forward to seeing?
It's a toss-up right now between a Skyline or it's either a Skyline or Supra.
Okay.
You know.
Well, I know either way people would be excited to see.
Yeah, I think FF is already building an excellent electric car platform. Let me bring some old school gas-powered car. It makes a lot of noise, and for people to enjoy the film a little bit.
Heck yeah! Well, that's really cool, Sean. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this segment of FF Insider. If you haven't already, make sure you download the FF Intelligent app, available on iOS and Android. There you can RSVP for our 919 Futurist co-creation event. Make sure that you bring a new or unwrapped toy. And if you can't RSVP on the mobile app, you can still do it online. We'll catch you there, and we'll catch you on the next segment of FF Insider.